to live. 3, 2, 1. Alright, and we are back, folks. Some Yooka-Laylee. I'm gonna let TaymanND and NinPulk take it away from here.
Alright, hello everyone. My name is TaymanND, and we're gonna be doing an any % run with flight of Yooka-Laylee.
And
I'm
NinPulk. I'll just
I'm
be
joined by
some stuff. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm joined by NinPulk, the world record holder, the man who is gotten like an amazing time. He pushes it lower. I'm going to be doing. I'll try to do him justice, but so just as a bit of an introduction, this is the spiritual successor to Banjo-Kazooie that was received, had mixed results, mixed reviews initially, and unfortunately we think that might have hampered the speedrunning community. It's not that big right now. The category I'm doing only has about 6 or 7 people on the leaderboard, and because it was a little buggy when it first came out, it wasn't entirely speedrun friendly. But why don't we go ahead and get started, and we'll sort of explain the tricks we're going to be doing. This is going to be a lot different.
Yeah, while it's loading, I should mention, because this category, it was especially confusing when it went under the name No Flight Skip. Essentially, any % is really short. So this is just any %, but we have to get the flight ability. That requires a certain amount of pages to get into a world that you need to get 1 page in.
Yeah, and that's because the boss, one of the phases of the boss, where you just go ahead and get flight and make the fight a lot easier.
Yeah. And
it used to be called No Flight Skip, but we would get flight and then do a skip with it, and people thought that we were breaking the rules, but No Flight Skip just means don't skip getting the move flight. So now we just call it any % with flight. But we're going to have a lot of fun with this game because the console version is even more broken than the PC version. So it's gonna, we're not going to spoil anything right away, but you'll see. It's going to be a lot of fun. So do you have anything else you want to add, NinPulk?
I'll say that another reason this category exists is because on PC, like you said, you can't break the game as much. So what they use to get to the way we used to get to the final boss without collecting everything, it's much harder on PC without flight than it is for us without flight. So like, for us it's mainly because the final boss is a lot harder, but for PC there are many other reasons why this is a category.
Yeah.
I think we can get started whenever you're ready.
Yeah, just count me in with the timer.
Okay. 3, 2, 1, go.
Oh, I just want to say while this is loading that thank goodness that Platonic Games added cutscene skipping and dialogue speed up.
Yeah, when the game first launched, there was no... you couldn't skip stuff.
I think that's part of the
reason
the community's not big, is because people wanted to wait for cutscene skipping to be added. It took them a long time to put it on. So we had to just keep waiting, and then some people lost interest.
Yeah, so right now we're gonna have a skip right off the bat. So we're gonna talk to Trouser here. We're gonna get our first move,
Switch exclusive,
which
trick.
is Switch exclusive. We're gonna get the air attack move, and normally we're supposed to go around and collect a bunch of quills to open this gate, but we're just gonna jump up here, and then we're gonna hop up here, and now we've gotten around the gate. And now we're going to go pick up a health booster, just for some marathon safety here. We're going to be doing a trick that takes away some health, and we're also going to make the boss fight a little safer. And right after we have this quick dialogue, we're going to have another skip.
Yeah, I should mention this
So, we're
dialogue.
gonna-
I found a way to skip the dialogue, but it's not as marathon safe. So.
So we're skipping over a cutscene trigger here, and we're going into the headquarters. So normally when you walk in, the vice president Duckhead is like, "What are you doing? You can't come in here." And we just jump over that dialogue trigger.
Yeah. And what's interesting about the trigger is it appears that like you need to have the momentum of the air attack to skip it. So like you can't just be high up if you're not like air attacking or whatever, it appears, from what I've experimented.
Oh, I thought it was actually just height based.
It looks like it's a little more than just height.
Okay, so right now, normally they want us to... okay, that's alright. Normally they want you to climb up around and, like, do some platforming, but we're just gonna hop up. There's some collision on his jacket there. There's collision on like, everything in this game.
There's also collision on the cane as backup, but that's a little weird, honestly, how it is.
I don't think I've ever have to get back up on the cane.
Yeah, because
I either just I fall off or I get it.
yeah. Honestly, that first pagey just kind of goes to show how the geometry is what makes this game really fun as a speedrun. Because every little inch of... Like, the reason that was a Switch exclusive trick is because the geometry is slightly different on the Switch. So that trouser skip we did normally would be about 20 seconds longer on any other system.
I do want to say that the collision or the landing check in this game is super weird because it seems that there's two checks to see if you can stand on something. Like, it'll first check to see if you can stand on something or if you can land on it, and then it'll check again
the
to
collision
see like
checking
if
is
you can
really
actually
weird.
stand on it.
But right now, there's just
So,
a
like,
little cutscene. I imagine it went by. He taught us roll. And this is.
Oh yeah, we just got the roll move.
This is when console comes into play with how it's different to the PC. Right?
Oh, okay, so normally you're supposed to light all these torches to unlock this, but we're just gonna clip right into the cage.
So basically, how this works, because a lot of people don't understand it. Essentially, when the frame that we pause, we use it to get through the collision, and you need enough momentum so that like you're actually able to go through it. If you're just walking, chances are you won't be able to make it, but rolling or air attacking helps a lot for that.
Yeah, so like we get a speed boost, and when we pause, the collision is unloaded, and we actually clip through before it's loaded again. So we're gonna try to do another clip here.
This clip was like, when I discovered it, it was really confusing. Because I pretty much routed this category from the ground up by experimenting, but this clip you don't actually go inside to get the pagey, you just barely clip far enough to collect the pagey.
Yeah, that's really nice because you cannot clip through that thing fully.
Yeah, so it's like you can't get stuck in there.
Okay, and now we've just clipped through to get to the waterworks part early.
Which I should mention, if anyone's planning on running this on PC, they have to do a really difficult trick. That's like a one-time...
Yeah, they need to do...
Like,
they need to go out of bounds and do a lot of precise platforming.
and if they mess it up, it's run over. So this, I'd say console has a lot more safety for a marathon.
Okay, so now, what we're doing now is collecting enough pages to get into the casino world. And we go in the casino world, and we collect a page in there. And that is what allows us to get the flight move, because the game checks to see if we've gotten any pages in the casino world. And once we do, it unlocks the flight move. So we just did another clip through a wall to get a pagey that we normally need the invisibility move for.
I should mention the next pagey, we don't actually have to pause for the clip.
Yeah, that is like the smallest
That's
wall in the
that's
game.
one of the few clips that PC can do.
Yeah, but PC, it's just pausing it makes it like almost guaranteed.
Also, there's my boy Slender in the chat.
Hey Slender.
Another runner of this
Also
game.
want to I also want to give a shout out to Joshua Girl, good friend from Aggie's chat, and the worst person at Drawful. Okay, so right now we're getting the athletic tonic.
This is essentially
and this
in-game
is just
plus, like,
yeah, these are in-game cheats, and they're available to us, and that's just going to extend our stamina bar. And right here we're getting the glide move. Let me see if I can do the...
no one knows what it's called. We just call it the glide move.
Yeah, well, it's just
glide, whereas other ones have like buddy flight or whatever it's called, and, you know, reptile roll.
Okay, so now this page is just hanging out in the air pipe. Okay, so now we're gonna hopefully we can get this jump here.
Yeah, the one that's just kind of hanging
Nice.
out's a little weird with the cycles. Sometimes you have to wait for a little bit. The cycles.
Okay, thank you. Okay, camera was kind of dumb there.
So essentially, the trick, I don't know if you're still getting the glitter glaze one, but that one normally you would need lizard leap. But because geometry is so interesting, we don't need lizard leap.
Okay, and right here you're supposed to get a move that makes you sticky and lets you walk up ramps. But if we jump, we can land on like a bit of collision and then jump again. And now we're going to clip through this wall to go to the final area of the game.
Yeah, and it should be mentioned that that slide there's so many ways to do that trick, and in terms of the wall clip, PC obviously can't do that, so they have to go through a quiz show that we don't have to do.
Yeah, the reason we can clip through walls in console is because it runs at 30 FPS, and PC runs at 60 FPS, and PC is also, even if you turn down the frame rate in PC, it's still programmed differently. So you cannot do clips in PC, but you can do them in console.
Also, if anyone has any questions in chat, I'll be willing to answer.
Yeah, this game goes by really fast. Can I get roll clip? No,
are you getting
that's
the
pretty
hardest
hard.
pagey in the game?
I'm getting the second. I'm getting the second KG.
Yeah, because that KG
I'm already
is
out of it.
normally like a really stupid slide minigame that's pretty much the hardest pagey in the game.
Yeah, it's so.
So, thank goodness for KG clipping.
Okay, so now we have 9 pages. We're gonna get our 10th one, and we need 10 to get into casino. So we're gonna. Okay, let's see if we can get in here.
So, something I should mention as he's getting his get out of jail free card, because this one opens up for no reason.
Oh yeah, this one KG, you don't have the clip out of it.
Yeah, so
it opens up.
what I should mention is getting into Casino is a little different, because for one, we were supposed to get a free ability from Trouser, but we ignored him. And we were also supposed to get an ability that cost quails in the first world, but again, we like to break things and we don't like to spend our money, so we're just gonna do a really awkward clip into Casino.
Yeah, so normally you need to get the invisibility move to hit a button that'll unlock that gate, but we can just clip out of bounds and clip back in bounds. What made me want to run this game? I think this is a great beginner speedrun. Clipping is not that hard. It's frame tight, but it's not frame perfect. So this was actually the second speed game I ever picked up, and you can run it in about, even when you're first learning it, 30 to 40 minutes.
Yeah.
And now my PB is about 24,
Like,
30.
literally all there really is to learn for the most part is the timing on pause clipping and the final fight is the main things. And if you're going to learn any percent, you just got to really learn a little bit of pause clipping in the final fight, which is hard.
And there's a little bit of platforming. I think there's a wide variety in this game, plus it's Banjo-Kazooie style, which I really like. Okay, so we have another, this is more of like a small trick here. So normally you're supposed to get invisibility. Well, let's see if I can clip through here. Whoops, okay. Normally we need to get invisibility to go through there, but we can actually stand on a precise part. Oh, okay, I messed it up. We can stand on a precise part of this potted plant, and then just hop up and go through the doors. And now we're gonna, in this level, you collect casino tokens to get pages, so we need to get 10 casino tokens.
Think of them like blue coins from Sunshine, except not usually tedious.
Not terrible. Okay, so we're gonna go over here, and we have another trick coming up here called a pipe jump. If we land here, and then we can sort of double jump. Okay, so we got it first.
There's also
try.
other ways to get up there. Pipe jump is probably the easiest.
Oh my gosh, I missed that token. And now... Okay, so the roll move, like, it's the quick movement ability. Like in Banjo-Kazooie, you have Talon Trot, except in this game, they're like, we're gonna make it hard to control. We're gonna make you pay a price for moving fast. Okay, let's see if I can get a swag.
Now, it
Nice.
also should be worth mentioning, because there's going to be a quiz towards the end. He has to pay attention to how many quiz he has collected, because that is a question that he might ask.
I have one.
Yeah.
Okay, now I gotta clip into this area here. This is kind of cool.
Okay, yeah, so this was a route that I'm glad I found, because before that we had to do some stuff underwater, and the jellyfish are not nice. So this adds a little bit of RNG in the run if you don't kill the enemies fast, because they respawn in random spots, but...
I killed them all in one go in the first try.
So if you get it fast, it doesn't really have RNG. But if you take a while,
first try out
spots.
Okay, this is going really smoothly so
And
far.
as soon as he gets out of the little area by clipping, he will talk to this friendly little banker that we've never seen before.
Yeah, this is not the final boss right here in a mustache and glasses.
Yeah.
This is
the cool.
This is a casino worker. This looks the same. So we're turning in our 10 casino tokens, and now we're just gonna, we got our pagey, and we're gonna go back to the hub.
And I should mention, since Slender's in chat, if anyone has any questions about the PC route, ask him, because I know that he's much more knowledgeable on the PC stuff, because we just break everything.
Yeah, this is probably one of the few, probably not the only games, but one of the few games where you have an entirely different routes between PC and console.
Yeah. Because keep in mind, this was
Okay,
the
so-
same category ran at AGDQ.
Yeah, and we submitted this on console for SGDQ, and we're hoping that the fact that it's an entirely different route might help it get in. Okay, so right now, we need to clip back out. And we're gonna go get the flight move.
And Trevor's also in an awkward spot that we have to go back to talk to him so he can get us flight. Essentially, the difference between this and any percent is any percent, the way I see it, is a mad dash to the final boss. Any percent with flight is a mad dash to get flight, then go to the fight. So,
yeah, so normally we need invisibility to get past that gate, but we can just go around this little cliff area. For some reason, they put some like platform cliffs over here, but they don't have full collision. But they gave them some.
and just because I'm
like,
a
this game
perfectionist, I
is-
should mention there are faster ways to go about it, but like I said, not as marathon safe, and it's...
Yeah, I have not learned the
And
most.
I've, like he
optimal
said,
route.
I've been trying to shave off seconds daily by learning new stuff, so...
Okay, so this is where the health booster is going to come in. We're going to try to acid clip through this wall.
Basically, the way it works is, the acid, although it has an acid hitbox, underneath is water, so, like, we could kind of splash so that we can go underneath where the wall is. And I don't know if you already got it, but the camera's kind of weird. So,
Yeah, we're out of bounds now, and we're gonna clip into the final boss door.
which he normally
right
wants us
now.
to have 100 pages, but we don't have time for that, so...
Yeah, we have 11 pages, and we're going to the final boss.
Whereas it should be mentioned that the console route is 0 pages, and you'd be in the final boss by, like... You'll be entering the quiz, like, 4 minutes in, so... It's not as fun.
If this was a pure any percent route, we would have already finished.
Yeah.
Okay, this is a good time for some donations if we have any, because we're just going to be answering some quiz questions, and there's really nothing to to go over here.
And if there isn't any donations, let us know any questions in chat.
There are currently no donations, but I highly recommend everybody to donate because there are some really cool Bid Wars and goals that will be going on, ideally, if they are reached throughout the marathon. So if you have $1, if you have 5, if you have a bajillion million, everything counts. So it goes all towards the event. So yeah.
Go ahead and bid for the Pokemon that we're going to use in Pokemon Puzzle League tomorrow afternoon. You can bid for Pikachu. I'm going to be running in that in a race against FFR Pro and Shadow A 9-1, or 91. And you can pick if we use Pikachu, Squirtle, or Bulbasaur for that. Okay, so quiz is over.
So normally there's 3 quizzes, but we skipped the first 2 by the way we entered each hub.
Yeah, so this boss fight, what, it's about 7 to 8 minutes?
Yeah, something
roughly?
like that. But the thing is, like, I want to mention about the quiz that we didn't experience any of the stuff he asked us, but we just know these answers. So. Anyways, I should mention in the PC route, I imagine you're in the first phase. You can get a 2 cycle with this boss, but it's really hard with this route. But in PC, you will have the Super Slam tonic equipped, but we do not have Slurp Shot or Super Slam, so this will make the fight a little bit more difficult. But the route leading up is a lot faster.
What if I get 2 cycle for the very first time here?
That'd be really hype.
Oh my gosh, I've never gotten 2 cycle in my life. I'd have to get like, I'd be pretty close.
But when he goes into phase 2,
close.
because I imagine you're just about done with phase 1.
Yeah, I just have one more hit.
Okay, so when he goes into phase 2, basically, capital B is gonna. Well, I should mention this phase. All we have to do is run away from the bees in the head. It seems pretty obvious. For phase 2, he's gonna bring out ammo crates so we could shoot him from afar, but so we have to hit him 15 times with those, but we never learned how to do that. So we're just gonna roll into him 15 times, then we run out of energy, we'll just do an air attack into him.
Yeah, we're really lucky that the game does not require specific hits on him. It registers, except for the last phase.
Except for the last phase, the last phase, there's only a certain way you can hit him until the very last hit. Anything will count. It's like we literally just do this like 15 times. So unless you have anything else to add, ask your questions in chat. Because this fight isn't usually too much to explain. You just gotta get in the rhythm of this.
Third phase is, yeah, the timing on this part's a little hard, because if you get, whoops, I did not want him to go that way. That's not a big deal, though. I just like to keep him in one direction.
If this was a GDQ chat, people would be spamming be yourself.
Okay, cool. Be yourself. Yeah, the bee memes. You know why there are hexagons everywhere? Because this guy is a bee.
Oh, dude, I never would have guessed.
Oh my gosh.
Hit him in the Cheerios.
This game is a snarky takedown of corporate capitalist culture. It's better than War and Peace, in my opinion.
I'm not saying for you guys to spam, I'm just saying if it was that chat. Like, from what I saw of the last year, people spammed that, so...
Dude, they should have done, at GDQ, they should have done the no frame skip category. That was my favorite meme. Who is War and Peace?
Okay.
War and Peace wrote to War and Peace.
Okay, so this third phase, there also isn't too much to explain, because literally, all it is he's gonna drop, he's gonna try to slam on the ground 4 times, and the thing that'd be different about this from the PC route is they would have Buddy Slam. So you wouldn't have to mash the tail 12 button and stuff, and it'd be easier for when he brings out phase 2 and 4 of phase 3 with the sub phases.
I would say, yeah, this is phase 3 and has 4 sub phases, and probably sub phase 4 is the hardest because he's going to make it gradually. He's going to throw gradually more obstacles.
He's going to add an obstacle. He's going to add another obstacle, but remove the previous obstacle. Then he's going to put them both together. So remember those bees? They're back. You know. The thing about these bees is they're really annoying because.
Okay, that's dumb.
Because even if you even in PC, if you hit them when the bees are still following you, because you could buddy slam before they run away. They can actually still hit you in the cutscene, which is pretty dumb. Oh, yeah. So you gotta hit him quick enough. That's the other thing that's annoying about the bees.
This is not going very well so far, because these bees are not cooperating.
What I'll recommend is after he jumps like up after his third slam, I just roll. For anyone who's trying to.
They ripped off of Mario Sunshine.
Yeah, I know. What's that icky paint-like goop? Yeah, this is literally the Sunshine final fight. Except instead of a...
This goop isn't moving, though. Oh, that was a weird... Oh my gosh.
So for this phase, I'm
going
actually
a
going
little
to be
better.
done with it, because it's like takes like 20 seconds, but... He's gonna drop these little... He's gonna drop some extra shockwaves to try to ruin our day, but you know, I was just gonna put them both together. Oh yeah, Mario Sunshine ripped off of this, my mistake.
Okay, things aren't going too bad. We still have 4 health left, and we should be good. We're going into phase 4 right now. This is going to be the final phase, and this is where we need the flight ability.
And one thing I want to mention about any percent is, since you won't even have a roll in the run, you can't really outrun the bees unless you do some really weird gliding that you just kind of make them like randomly come off of you. It's really weird. It's
yeah. I've never done the regular any percent on this. I don't want to deal with the missile.
So yeah, the thing about any percent is, after these first 3 hits, he's going to start flying around and shoot 2 missiles, which will want to try to get a double hit. But the thing is, if he gets hit by 2 at once, it only counts as 1 because he has iframes. But basically, since we won't have the flight ability in any percent, you would have to find a good part of the hitbox to land on and ride the missiles so that you can get it into him to get a little bit of height.
I got a bad flight pattern from him.
Oh yeah, so yeah, that's one little RNG of the thing, is he could either be going clockwise or counterclockwise. So
Where is this missile?
I should mention, when he starts firing 3, that's when time's going to be coming up. And if you don't have anything to say, Tayman, I think I saw the donation number go up.
I have 2 more hits left to go.
I think I saw a donation come up. Or am I wrong?
No, a donation did come up. It was by Joship Girl. And they donated.
Ooh, Joship.
They donated $5. Thank you very much for that $5.
So yeah, let him know when time is, because you have 1 hit left, right?
Oh yeah, time's going to be on the last hit. This is being a little uncooperative right now. Okay, time.
Alright, well, time I got was 26 minutes and 10 seconds.
That's not bad.
It was a
That
little off with the video, but that's fine.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
had to change the buffering on the video because there were some frames being dropped.
Yeah,
So that's
for
why it was a
anyone
little
in
bit
the
of a
chat
delay.
looking to run this game, there's a Yooka-Laylee Discord on the speedrun site. Find under resources, and everyone's willing to help. So
Yeah, well, that's. Thank you, Nimpulk, for the commentary.
no problem.
Really,
I apologize to the chat because I still have a sick voice. So
yeah, it was still good to have some have you fill in the gaps there. But yeah, if you are interested in speedrunning, like even in general, if you want a beginner speedrun game, this is really good. And like I said, or like Nimpulk said, you can join the Discord. And also, I'm going to be running Pokemon Puzzle League tomorrow afternoon, so hopefully you guys will tune in for that.
and there's
But
likely a
otherwise-
chance I will know in April if I will be running this at SGDQ. Tayman might be racing with me. I don't know how it's going to turn out, but because we had different estimates, we'll see how it goes. Yeah, I honestly think this game is a great game to get into speedrunning from, because it's not too difficult once you get past a couple tricks.
Yeah, I think that's everything. So thank you very much, guys. Thank you, Aries, for getting everything coordinated, and good luck to the rest of the runners.
Yep. Thank you for having me.